farmers, welcome back to Goldcrest Valley, planting some barley. This used to be the sunflower field right across from our grass fields over there. Stores right ahead of us as well. I've gotten the soybean field done back at the farm because I was back there to get the drill, of course, and I thought, well, I'll start with the soybeans. While I was back there, the John Deere, I've been using it quite a bit this month with the grass cutting and windrowing and everything, picking up grass, of course. It needed some repair because I was down to about 40%. So that cost about $1,700 to repair the John Deere, so not too bad. And now here we are planting barley in the sunflower field. I got to go over next, of course, to the sheep pen and plant barley over there as well. I was double checked on our crop rotation just to make sure that we're doing well. This field should do rather well. Barley is going to be on the crop rotation percentage wise at 115%, so it all depends on our soil fertilization, which should be pretty good. And of course, you can already see we got the field lined. And this is the first year that we're really taking care of this field, so our score overall should be going up on this field. We bought it last summer-ish when I had some flowers into it, so the only thing I really did was harvest the field and of course put lime into it. But now it's going to be direct drilled, fertilized. Actually, we did take care of the weeds in it last year, but I'll have to do that again this year. Probably next month, because all of our fields will be planted. The weeds will have grown in all the fields, and then I can just go around in the Massey Ferguson and take care of them then. Because it shouldn't take me too long with our weed sprayer and what we have. So I also been told with our alfalfa and clover fields, apparently I got to mulch them before they regrow. I'll wait until next month just because I want to see what happens, but the person that commented on it is usually right on those type of things, so I assume I probably am going to have to mulch it, but I'm going to wait one more month and we'll do it then. It's not a big rush because I'm only going to be able to harvest it once a year, so waiting 1 month to get it done, not that big of a deal. All right, let's go ahead and fold this up. While it's folding up, let me go into the field and see how we're looking here. So, 142%. You can see that at the bottom right-hand corner. The yield potential was 125, but with our crop rotation and everything, we got up to 142%. That's going to change, of course, with the soil type. If I can find different soil here, is it all going to be... I'm trying to find different soil here, but maybe... Oh, there we go, down to 113%, which is still pretty darn good. But yeah, barley here. So, yeah, when we harvest that, I am going to make some swaths of straw, and we'll have to bale it on up and either give it to the cows or sell it. And probably giving it to the cows will be better because we'll get manure out of it, which eventually I can stock up and save and bring it to the BGA when we own that. All right, let's go get our last field done. Is it our let me just double check. I didn't check before I started recording, but I do believe this is going to be our last field that we need to plant in. Yeah, ignore this and ignore this bottom half as well, because it's the same thing with our grass field. We just harvested this month, so if it does regrow next month, that should turn green. So this field here, these 3 fields up here, of course, these 2 here, of course, and field number 27, of course. Now this one have all been planted. So yeah, just one more. Let's see, we'll turn here and go around this way. Yeah, so next month we'll be able to sell our silage. Hopefully get 100 grand for that silage, maybe a little bit more, possibly. I don't know. And I'm kind of hoping the best place to sell it is where we've been bringing it, because it's a shorter journey. And with 550,000 liters, maybe a little bit more, I forgot what's actually in there. That's going to be 11 full trips with the forage wagon to bring it on down. So, and I have to do it with the John Deere because, well, the John Deere is about the only thing that's going to be able to haul it around. Actually, you know what? No cars behind me. No, I should be going up this little dirt path here as the train goes by. Now, we still have our alfalfa and clover bales sitting in the field. We'll take care of that next month as well. So apparently I'm going to have to mulch these fields before they regrow. Oh yeah, and I was going to say I thought about putting a road down through here. But let me go ahead and nudge these bales. Or drive over them. Come on, Bale, just roll. Okay, don't go. Okay. Trying to get these out of the way if I can. Because I don't know if they'll disappear if I terraform over it. Or paint over it. I don't think it does it on bales, but if there was like a swath down, I think it'll eliminate the swath. Alright, you know what? These are small enough bales. I can't technically roll it down the hill, but just pretend I'm rolling it down the hill. There we go. All set here. Let's go ahead and unfold this. Barley in this field too, if I remember correctly. Let's see, fallow and canola. So yeah, if it's fallow the 1 year, I don't think it's going to matter what I plant in this field too much. I mean, it will somewhat. Canola and then barley. That's what we're going with. You know what? Do I want to actually do soybean? Because I got plenty of barley and straw, and soybean, having a different crop in. Yeah, we're going to go soybean. Plus, I'll save money on fertilizer, because soybean requires none. Lower that down. Let's see, I'm on soybean. Alright, let's get our last field planted here. Now, I'll move the other bale as well. Let's go ahead and just roll this down the hill. Yeah, someone said also we may have used the wrong mower because we didn't get down as far as we did with the grass. That's just the way the crop is. So we shouldn't really worry about that. This is where the road's going to go, but I'm going to plant here anyways. That way, when I put the road in, the crop will be right up to where the road is. I say road, but just a little path to get on down to that road down there. And I should have enough seed to get this whole field planted. But if not, the farm is just over on the other side of the hill. We'll go top off. As the afternoon in April rolls on through, mid-60s. That is nice and warm for April. I did also have a look a little bit of the new map that's coming out in a week, next week or so. That will be with a horse pack coming out in the year 2 pass. I may just have a quick video on that map. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on it or anything like that. And, of course, well, I didn't put out a video on it, but there was already a fact sheet on the first set of equipment from the horse pack. And actually, tomorrow. As you see, this video is yesterday, but for me it's tomorrow. Giants will be releasing fact sheet number 2. I got an email, but I don't really like doing I don't mind doing the fact sheets, but for views that I get on it, I don't put the time into it. But yeah, you can go on the Giants website, Farming Simulator, and you can see the equipment that'll be coming out with it. But yeah, the map, I'll have to take a look at the map when it really comes out to see if it's something I want to, jump onto. Of course, the one I will jump onto is the one that comes out in November because I'll have the new crop types, so I want to get involved in that a little bit. Although there are modded maps out there now, like we're playing on, where we have crops that are not currently in the game, like alfalfa and clover. As I mentioned before, there are other maps where I've seen different type of crops as well. I've seen rye, beans, and I'm pretty sure there's many more crops out. Well, I don't want to say many more, but probably a handful of other crops that I didn't mention. I know in 19 there was crops in the game, and I haven't seen them in 22, but I remember, I think it was Kaz64, who was a modder for maps. I played on one of their maps, and they had onions and red onions and carrots, I believe, for 3 of them. And they had a whole bunch of different crops as well. It's kind of weird to say this, that, you know, I would like to see more crops in the game of Farming Simulator, the base game. I mean, when I started playing in 13, I think there was a total of like 5 or 6 crops only. And I know if you go way back and played on like the first Farming Simulator of 2008, it was wheat only. So I mean, yeah, they are adding them as we move along here. Spin around. So May should be a busy month for us. We have to take care of all the weeds. We'll go around and pick up the bales, which shouldn't take too long, and possibly mulch the alfalfa and clover fields, which won't take us too long either. Make sure the animals are all set, and then we may get into actually some forestry work, but I'm going to limit that, saying forestry. It's going to be me with a chainsaw going around our farm and cutting down all the trees that are there, and we'll use our autoloader logging trailer and pick up the logs. We'll go sell them to get my money back on that, and maybe in the long run, well, let's skip a few rows here. In the long run, of course, make money on it. And for what I paid for that logging trailer, it'll be worth it in the long run. Now, of course, once I buy the chainsaw, we're going to reduce how many lease items I can have at a time. Currently, we are at 5. And like the first few episodes, I was reaching that limit often. But now that we've been here a year and a half, we're in year number 3, and we got most of the equipment that we really needed. I'm not leasing as much as I used to. Just other than mowing equipment, balers, and such like that. But we've gotten pretty good of leasing, using, and returning, and not piling up a whole bunch of things. Actually, I think the only thing I got leased is a weight. Yes. Yeah, sorry, just checking the sales page, so I kind of forgot what was in there. I mean, I only got 30,000, so I can't buy too much. I mean, other than a mower or a baler, a round baler. Is what I would be interested in buying. And honestly, though, I'm not... If it was a round baler that was in there, I would really hem and haw over it. Just because I would prefer a square baler. I'm going to start getting it a little bit more picky on what comes up for sale. Now, before we buy any more farmland, I think it'll be wise to start upgrading some of our equipment. The main thing being the tractor. I could either upgrade the engine in this 8230 or hold out and just get another tractor with more horsepower, which is probably more sensible, but it's going to be more expensive, I would think. I mean... I gotta let's see here. I gotta have a fresh memory here. If I just go to large tractors, and we want to, okay, let's just say a 7R is a, how much horsepower does a 7R have? 305. I would prefer something like around 350. So 270,000 for a tractor with 350 horsepower, and we'll just say half off. I mean, it's going to be anywhere from 40 to 60% usually. So we're looking at about 140? 135,000 is what I would need. Because if I start buying more fields, I mean, the equipment that we got is pretty darn good for being here for only a year and a half and being able to buy it. But a 6-meter wide seed drill, trying to plant all the fields in one season, it can start to be a little bit too much work. know, I think there was I think actually one comment when I bought the big grass field, or the bigger grass field, that I should save my money. But really, that grass field, I'm going to make that money back on the grass field pretty darn quick. And it's going to help us move forward. And it hasn't come back to haunt me just yet, I don't think, by buying that grass field and not having money to buy something I would kind of prefer. Gotta be careful where I put down the drill. I've eliminated some of the clover. I keep forgetting what field was clover, which one was alfalfa. But either way, yeah, I'm eliminating some of it over there. So this is the one thing I'm not too sure of if precision farming takes this in consideration. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see where our nitrogen level needs to be. And soybeans requires 0, but you can see currently we're at 40 kilograms per hectare, and it bounces around a little bit from there. So this ground is over fertilized for the crops. I don't know if it actually hurts my yield or not by doing that, but it's not like I can take the the nitrogen out of the soil. It's in there. Something else we learned last episode when I had the forklift with the baling, trying to feed the cows and the sheep with the bales. Yeah, that can be a little bit problematic here and there. So I'm going to have to learn how to use the forklift or somehow upgrade in the future. And just a reminder, we can't buy anything new. We can only buy from the used section, because there's been still a couple comments saying, why don't you just get it like a front loader for one of your tractors? Well, I can't. I can lease it and set everything up and lease it, but I can't outright buy it. And some people have said those things do come up for sale in the used section, so we'll have to wait. If one does come up, then I'll modify the Massey Ferguson. I don't think the John Deere can take a front loader, but I'd probably put on the Massey Ferguson anyways. Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of seed to finish up this field, and then we are done with the month of April. We can move on to May. Silage will not be ready until midday, right at midday. So. And as soon as it's ready, we're selling it because that price will be dropping. So I want to sell it while the price is good. As I've said before, this field in the future could be all turned over to maybe clover or alfalfa. Now that we know the cows and we do know the sheep will take the crop as feed. And the grass fields will just keep as making for silage. And once a farm is making really good enough money and we got most of the equipment that we really desire, I could always turn the grass field, like the big grass field down by the cow barn, I could always, plant something in that field and just have a regular crop. But this field here could definitely be our feeding field. But as for all of our fields now, as the farmers would say, the money is in the fields. Meaning all the crop has been planted and we just got to wait for it to grow and then harvest the money. Looks like I need to probably repair the drill. The John Deere, like I said, was repaired just before I started planting or seeding the soybeans and the barley and the soybeans again. So the John Deere is probably going to be at like a 90%. But the drill has been rather busy and covered in lime. I just saw that train go through and I don't see the other one coming. Alright, so we'll go back and we'll give it a wash and repair. And as I found out last time, if I park it just right, I can park in the repair spot repair both, and the pressure washer hose should be able to reach over, and we can wash both the 8230 and the Kuhn seed drill. And there's the soybean field I started with, started before recording anyways. So that's all nicely planted. You can see all these trees around here. We can definitely cut these trees up. And our autoloading trailer will pick them on up. I did say I was going to stay away from autoloaders as much as I can, but when it comes to trees and logs, yeah, I think that's definitely an autoloader material right there. I tried on Cylindra, but I definitely need more work on it. So $528 to repair the drill. That's fine. And the John Deere over here, $183. Open up the shed. You know what? I am going to bring it on over because, you know, there is actually a drain there for the water to go into. Not that it actually does anything, but we should wash on the wash pad. That way all the dirt, grime goes where it's supposed to. Get all that lime off there. And we'll give the 8230 a good rinse. Go. Nope, not jump. You want to put that away? Thank you. Close that on up. Alright, the drill needs to go away, and the John Deere can go away. Massey Ferguson is down by the cow barn. It's been down there for a while, or at least a few episodes. I need to, of course, put fertilizer in the grass fields. And did I not just put lime into them? I think I just put lime into both fields there, so I think we're good. There is our weed sprayer, See and Spot sprayer. Let me just double check. I think we're all set. I don't have any production buildings. And I accidentally hit a button there. No, stop it. You know me, I like to hit all the wrong buttons. So, yeah, our cows have reached reproduction age. So that's good. I kind of forgot when they said 36 months old. When they hit, basically when they hit $3,000, that's probably the best time to sell them. Yeah, they're full on feed. So for 4 cows, that's going to last forever. Oh, we need some water again for the sheep. Man, do I need a water tanker. Although it's not that expensive to lease, but it's the time taking of going from the shop to take care of the sheep. Let's see, where do I need to be? Not there. Animals. And this one right here should be like $153 to lease. All right, let me tab over to the Massey Ferguson. There it is. All right, I'm going to go and top off the sheep with water. You see me do that a few times. And that is all I need. I didn't check on the chickens, but I'm pretty sure the chickens are, yeah, they're fine. And that's fine. And yeah, once I give them some water, they will be good for a few more months. So when I see you again, it should be May in the morning. But unless something comes up for sale before I go to bed, yeah, I'll see you in May. What does May bring? Some sunshine, I do hope. I kept the water tanker overnight, just so I could top off the sheep again, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to cost me too much to keep it overnight. The only thing that came up was a, well, the slurry tanker, which just transports digestate and slurry. A honeybee header came up for sale, which is nice, but we got ourselves a header, and that's only a 12.2 meter, so almost equivalent to what we got, but that doesn't have a trailer on it. So yeah, nothing here scrolling up and down. Yeah, nothing there that we really need. Let me teleport up to here. I went back down, gave myself some more water, so I can just give the sheep a little bit more water. There we go. Let me go ahead and return that. And there we go. That is gone. Yep, we still got that one grass bale there. Someone did say, well, maybe the sheep are taking the grass from their pasture. They should not, because that mod, the grazing mod, will not take grass from the pasture, at least from what I remember, until the feed trough gets below 80%. Once the feed trough gets below 80%, then it'll start taking the grass from the pasture. And with the bale sitting there, this trough is always at 100%. And yeah, we're down to 184 liters, so we are getting there. Health is 96%, so we must have gotten some more sheep overnight, which is nice. So let's back up here, and we'll go down to the clover and alfalfa fields, and we got to see what's going on with them. You can see our soybeans have sprouted up, they have germinated, and of course they got weeds into them. We'll get to that sometime this month. And it doesn't look like the clover and alfalfa has really done anything. Does it say needs mulching? It just says needs rolling. It says crop type is clover, and it's harvested. So let me go to the map here. Yeah, it doesn't show that it's growing. I'm pretty sure it's in a growing season, right? Yes. So we probably do need to mulch it. A mulcher now. Mulchers, I guess we can... do I have any modded ones? There's stuff like this. Let's see, that's 6 meters. We don't need nothing huge. How much horsepower does that require? 200 horsepower? That's 150. The Massey Ferguson is only... Our Massey Ferguson is only 150, right? Yeah, so that'll be like a John Deere type of job if I want to go for that. 150, 130, but that's only 2.2 meters. I don't want to be there too long. Well, there's one for, I mean, that's 5.5 meters, and that's 130. And I don't think I've used this notch. I don't, if that's how it's pronounced. The Speed Max 560. 1,071 to lease. All right. Oh, and the other thing that we need to lease also as well while we're here. Let me just double check. We only got 2 things leased right now. Is a baling trailer. We got to get the bales out the field. And of course, this will just do us wonders. All right, so we got to get the bales out the field. And then we'll mulch these 2 fields. And hopefully they'll start to regrow. So let's go get the baler first. And all these bales are going to go up here at the sheep pen. Because like I said, well, we did top off the cows, and they should be good for a while. And we got about 4 more hours until our silo bunkers should be fermented. And we'll go sell that silage. But I'll probably be next episode. Got plenty of work to do today. It looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day. No clouds in the forecast, although, I mean, we do see clouds, but, I mean, it's mostly sunny. There should be some quick work picking up the bales. And we're going to try to give the John Deere as much rest as we can today. We've been using that quite a bit. And the good thing is all these bales are the same size because I planned it that way. It's not like I really had a choice. They were going to be 125 centimeter bales no matter what. And I think, like I said, it's going to be treated as grass. So when I feed it to the animals, it's not going to be like, well, you know, 1 liter of clover is worth 2 in the feed trough. It's just going to be 1 for 1. I haven't really been keeping track of the hut that we put down, the seasonable hut. So I don't know how much money we've been making per hour or per month. We might be able to go into our economy chart, and we might be able to see how much, the seasons, what it does differently. Although I don't know what it falls under. Property income, I'm guessing what it's going to be under. And I don't have any sheds with solar panels on it like I do on Hinterland. So March, why would March be a good month? Have no idea. Yeah, that's got to be property income because I'm looking at all the totals and this is the only thing that I'm getting money in constantly every month. So it's kind of weird how the seasons are going. So March is a really good month. But either way, I did reduce how much income is brought in by like 40%. So I think there's like 10 or 11 bales here. Then we'll have the other field. So we're not even going to even get a full trailer out of it. I do like this baling trailer in the way it unloads, but like I said, I would prefer a square baler just because when I bale, I don't really have to stop and do all that fun stuff. But the way that one unloads is completely different. So putting that into a shed or later on getting the bales from the top row is going to suck. Plain and simple, it's going to suck. Let's fold that on up. Yeah, I'll try not to go over the curb, so let me go out this way. I thought there was 10 bales there, but I only got 8. I guess I don't remember that well when I baled it, because I thought I had a look and I said, oh, we got 10 bales off that field. Well, apparently only 8. Unless one rolled somewhere. But the bales look the same. So even though, like, when we mowed up these clover and alfalfa, they both had different colors to the texture. When they wrapped them up in the bales, they just kind of just like regular hay bales. The game didn't change it as I reloaded the game. At least I don't think they would. Wait, where was it? Yeah, alfalfa, hay, windrow. Don't know why I picked it up there. Have no idea. But I noticed they only did weigh 235 kilograms. I think without super strength you can pick up 200. So now that we are getting more and more sheep, we're going to go through more and more feed for them. Same thing can be said for the cows. We get more cows, we're going to need more feed. So I don't think this alfalfa and clover fields that we have are going to be sufficient enough to feed our animals. So like I said, this field here, which is now soybeans next year, we may go ahead and change it on up. Alright, smart guy. How are you going to back that in there to unload the bales? Because we don't really have the room here to do so. Alright, let me fold that back up. How about if I go on the other side? I don't think there's that much room on that side either. There is a cliff. But what I might do is do it like this. Maybe. Don't lean too far, please. Kind of going down the cliff. We're all good though. It worked. Luckily, the baling trailer is leased right now, so... Alright, so the bales are now put away. They're undercover. Let's go back to the store, grab the mulcher, and we'll give these fields a good mulch, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the field will start growing again, and we'll be able to harvest it next spring. Drop this off right there. Let's go ahead and return that. Make sure I'm returning the right thing. Whoops. Alright, now the mulcher. Okay, so that's going to mean I got to hitch up to the other side, apparently. If only when you bought stuff at the store, the part that you need to, you know, hitch up to should always face like the same direction. Seems like every time it spawns something, it's one way or the other. It's kind of nice to be able to use the Massey Ferguson for a lot of field work. And this should get the job done really quickly. Just noticing. That doesn't seem right. So I got the left blinker on the Massey Ferguson. But yet it's blinking on that side. Okay. Don't ask questions. Sorry, I had my left direction light on. The person that, you know, filed the complaint said, no, it's blinking on the right. I don't know. So now we're mulching up the crop. And now it's probably looking like it should. And now we can kind of see where it says alfalfa is now growing. So yes, you have to come in and mulch it. So if I came in and mulched it right away, it probably would have grown overnight. But that's fine. I mean, we didn't plant the alfalfa and clover until late last year. And we were more than all, you know, good with it. And I'm not going to actually terraform or paint around the field, because even though we did mix some grass in with it, it didn't turn it all over, so it stayed the same. I'd rather just have grass around the field rather than dirt. But I do thank for the comment that said, yeah, you got to mulch this in order for it to regrow. Because I would have, you know, if you didn't tell me that, I would have came into this month and like, oh, it's still not growing. Of course, it's going to need fertilizer, just like our grass field does, but I got plenty of time to get the fertilizer in. And with our spreader, this field here will take about 3 seconds and it'll be done. But now if I go into This page here, yep, we can see now it's nice and green. So now we know it is regrowing. So we'll have to add a mulcher to our list of things that we're going to need on the farm. And this one right here would work perfectly for us. Although if I do expand the other grass field over, or sorry, grass field, the other field over, I probably could keep it the same, you know, something like this, because I could always hire a worker to do it. And I haven't used a worker too much on this series. Have I used a worker at all? I think I may have used a worker once so far. But as we expand here in the years to come, you know, Frank, Francesca, Frank Jr., Francine, they're all making an appearance. Franco as well. Let's go ahead and get these fields mulched on up so they can start to regrow.
I didn't know something was wrong. Here I was dreaming we got along so perfectly and wordlessly. Had I been there some of the time, have seen all of the signs of our fault. I'm sorry, but we had something real, a bit of you, a bit of me. And I'm swimming through a bitter truth. I don't know how to start over with someone else, thinking of you instead, me.
Such small fields, so yeah, this job went rather quickly. But now we should have both clover and alfalfa regrowing. And we'll harvest it again next year. So as for the road, I thought I was going to put it in, but I think I'll wait until after harvest season, and then I'll just put a road going from, you can see where the ramp is over there, straight on through, because then I can go ahead and replant in the grass, or sorry, alfalfa or yeah. This was alfalfa? No, this was clover. So I'll plant clover in this field in the fall after we harvest the soybeans, and yeah, we'll have the road in then. I don't want to. We don't really need it again, really, because we're not going to be selling the wool from the sheep until next spring. So I can't see myself really having a path needed there anytime soon. Oh, and I also did want to mention, because you know, some people sometimes don't know every video I put out, but I did get back into SnowRunner. I know there was a couple comments in that, like, oh, I didn't know you got back into SnowRunner. So like the last 3 weeks or so, I put out like one episode per week, and yesterday I should have put out a episode of Construction Simulator. So if you've been looking for that series to come back, that's probably going to be like one episode per week as well. But that came out, well, it should come out, I almost said tomorrow. It should have come out yesterday, is what I wanted to say. But yeah, we are all set here with the clover. Let me just double check to make sure it's green. Yep, it's all green here. All green here. Everything is green. We are all set. Our grass fields should be green as well. Oops. And yep, those are green. They will need some fertilizer. Apparently got some grass I missed when I mowed. That happens, of course. But that is all set there. So, yeah, probably beginning of next episode, we'll be going around with the Massey Ferguson. I probably could get away with the tires and the wheel weights we got on there, but I will put on the narrow tires, and we'll go around and we'll use our See and Spot sprayer to take care of all the weeds in all the fields. And then by noon, it should be time to sell the silage. Currently, the silage price is about mid 160s, and it could get up as high as 177. So that's not too bad. I mean, it does get only as low as 140. So, you know, it's that's what I'm saying. It's going to drop. So if it goes any lower, if the longer I go, the more it's going to drop until again in September, October. And I need that silo bunker again to cut the grass in July. And then when I cut it in July, I'll probably wait until the grass is ready to be harvested again in like October, and the price should be back up to here. But you get the whole point of what we're trying to do there. But then, like I said, by this afternoon, we should be up to $130,000, I would hope. Even though there's nothing I want for to buy here, if something were to pop up, at least we'll have a little bit of some money to do so. Yeah, so weed control and maybe a little bit of fertilizer spreading as well. But basically, weed control and selling silage next episode. Yeah, so I mentioned Construction Simulator. Should have been an episode out yesterday, sorry. And I hope there is a Snow Runner episode tomorrow. I'm running kind of short in time, but I think I'll get it in. Fingers crossed. But those are two of the series. If you are interested, yeah, go ahead to my channel and check them on out. But anyways, that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Goldcrest Valley. But until then, have a good one.